Hello and welcome again in the Belgian forests. My name is Tim Hegge and I am a dragon witch. I'm sure that you are one yourself. Where I want to tell you about the Dragon's Path. That is a name that I prefer actually over draconic Wicca. A Wicca seems a bit more like a religion, and that is exactly not what we are. We are a spirituality where you follow your own self, and that is also what we have to know about the Dragon's Path. It's a very solitary path. It's something that you take for yourself. It's not someone that convinces you, oh, you should go on the Dragon's Path. It's something that you should feel from your heart. And where else? From your soul, my brothers and sisters. You know what this is. Of course, I don't know if I sign it right, but in fact, this is the 7-pointed star. A 7-pointed star that my mentor recommended me. Because she said, use this star, use this as an experiment, and try to do something with it on your dragon altar. But what does it do? I said to her, I asked her, what does it do? What does this star do? Well, actually, she said that is for everyone different, because I'm sure that for you this star will work. It's being called the heptagram, or the 7-pointed star. It's very different from the pentagram or the other signs that you have to take, or the dragon's eye, or simply. It's very, very specific. And she said, this is going to work for you. Why? Just use it. She said, just use it. Just use it on your dragon altar and let's see what happens. Because I always said, I always, and that was maybe the most difficult part of my path, to accept the draconic energy inside. I will not accept it. Of course, a lot of people now that I come out with it, actually laugh with it, and I don't mind actually, because I found something out, and that is mainly because of this. Because of the 7-pointed star heptagram. It shows 7 different sides. 7, and that is a lot more than the 4 elements, the 4 corners. For this time, it's 7. It's much more difficult than a simple pentagram. A pentagram also works on your dragon's path. Of course, I used the pentagram with a lot of doubt because I experimented so many times with it. Of course, it's not like someone said to me, you have to do this. My mentor only said, in this path, you have to experience it yourself. You have to experience everything yourself. So this is, once again, is something that you need to find out, because for you it will be very, very specific. Of course, I trust her. She's home in many places. So this is also something that I trust her. So I used this 7-pointed star on my dragon altar, of course with skepticism. Not sure what it's going to do. Of course, I don't know what it does. But I'm always ready to, of course, to connect with my dragon by any means necessary. So I was also ready to use the heptagram. But that I thought that it was going to seek out for my dragon. I thought it was going to connect with my. That is also what the pentagram does. That is also what the dragon's eye does. That is also what the Clovercilla Nox does. But the heptagram was not searching for my dragon. I was actually a bit like disappointed, like I cannot connect with my dragon because of this. But it reflects different. The 7-pointed star is meant for humans and animals with a non-human soul. In this case, humans with a non-human soul. That is what I came to find out. It was not searching for my dragon, it was searching for your soul. It was searching for your draconic soul, because it means that it was searching for the non-human soul. And it shows you actually the way to connect with your own self. And that is also very important on the Dragon's Path, my brothers and sisters. To connect with yourself, to accept who you are. It's not all about your dragon by your side. It's also by you. You are centered around it. And that is what the heptagram does. The heptagram, the 7-pointed star, shows you who you really are. Shows you your draconic soul, your non-human soul. A lot of people, I know this. A lot of people laugh at this. A lot of people, of course, in the beginning, I was so skeptic to say that I have a dragon soul or something like this. I did not believe that. I did not connect with this. And I said to my dragon, don't come to me. There are billions of other people. I'm I was so humble. I said, I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you. And my dragon said, I'm here for you for a reason. And I've very much understood this. Everything that my dragon says is in a dragon language. And everything that my dragon says, I can understand. Why? Because it goes in the mind, my brothers and sisters. And why could you do this? Why can you understand your dragon? It's like they are talking in your own language. You understand everything they say. But how? And that is what the heptagram, or the seven-pointed star, showed me. You can understand the dragon and you can connect the dragon. You love the dragon. You are inside of a spiritual path simply because you are a dragon spirit. But it's not like it's an entire spirit. It's connecting with your humanity as well. You are born as a human, so you have energy of a human, so you have a soul of a human as well. But you are born with something different. You are born with a draconic soul as well, so you are actually a bit split in two. But your draconic soul is asleep once you are born, and it can be that you as a child already saw your dragon in flesh and blood just before you, but later on it disappears. But with adulthood, it disappears much more. So you need to be awakened. So your draconic soul is asleep and is actually waiting for your dragon by your side to be awakened again. So it's actually a very good idea, my brothers and sisters, to use the seven-pointed star. It's also called the elven star. And why is it called the elven star? Also to connect with your own soul, to connect with a soul that is not human, because an elf, or in this case, fairy or fae, where this forest is actually very famous of, because it has a lot of connection with this type of spirit. It's not a human, not at all, but there are a lot of humans with a fae or a spirit that is not human at all. And that is what a lot of people actually don't understand from this. Why am I so different than everyone else? In this case, in our case, we have a dragon soul. We have a dragon soul that is connecting with humanity. And so that is what the seven-pointed star shows us. It shows us how to connect with ourselves, how to connect with us, because it's much more difficult than it sounds, because you are connecting actually also with your humanity, how it is, how you have to live here as a human, of course, but sometimes you forget your draconic self, sometimes you forget your higher self. You have a higher self, my brothers and sisters. You can see this with the dragon's eye, the third eye, but you have a higher self. Sometimes we just don't see it. We just don't feel it. We just don't connect with it. We always might say, I have to connect with my dragon and dragon soul, but don't forget that there are 3 heads on this dragon. And one of these heads is you. One of these heads needs to be you. And you can also lose this. You can also lose this dragon if you don't pay enough attention to it. If you don't pay enough attention to it, your draconic soul will go asleep again. And that is not something that should happen. And that is where the elven star or the heptagram is very interesting to use for, my brothers and sisters. It's very interesting because it touches your soul. It touches and it shows it actually to yourself. It shows your draconic self. It shows your dragon. It shows not your dragon. It shows you as a dragon. And that is why it's a very, very powerful sign. So I call the heptagram, the pentagram, the dragon's eye, and the Clovicula Nox all as equal as powerful. But they all have their own purposes, all of them. All of them, of course, I experimented with a lot more signs, but it doesn't do anything for the dragon. It might do something for other witches in other paths, but in this case, it doesn't do anything for the dragon. I only had connection with the 4 of them, and it is simply because of the recommendation of my dragon mentor, my witch, my mentor actually, because she was actually not really a dragon witch. She was just a witch home in many places. She had a gift to see a lot of souls and spirits, and she saw that there was something different in me, and she saw that I always was pushing it away. I was pushing my own soul away. I was pushing my dragon by my side actually also away. I was actually pushing my dragon's eye away from me, and that is what she saw, and that is why she said that I need the heptagram, why I need the 7-pointed star or the elven star. It has many names. It has many names because it has many purposes. But the main purpose of the heptagram is to search and to find your draconic soul, the human soul. That is what I said to her. What does it do actually? It searches them later on. After I did it, after I connect with my own spirit again, what does it actually do? Because I was a bit confused, like it touches my soul, it touches my spirit, and it was very draconic. It showed me how I am. Excuse me. It showed me how I am. What does it do? It's actually a sign for people with a non-human soul that has it very difficult, that also want to connect with who they really are, my brothers and sisters. And it's also a part of draconic witchcraft. It's a part of draconic witchcraft because you want to connect with your own self, and you don't need to forget this. This is one of the main dragons. This is one of your main dragons, because without you, without your draconic self, there is no dragon's eye. There is only a part of it that is breaking it. You have to take care, of course, to your dragon by your side and your dragon god, of course, but the main dragon is actually you. And that is something that I did not, really not want to see, not whatsoever. A lot of people have, they have confidence, and that is not something that I had, confidence. I really was ashamed, like, don't look at me. And once my dragon said, you are one of us, I said, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Just no. I just love dragons. And that is also how I started my path. I just love dragons. I love dragons. I can see them even. I can feel them. I dream about them. I can touch them. I can even smell them. I love them so much. And that is how I started my path. Until many years later, actually, with the help of the heptagram, I connected with my own draconic self. I've seen myself in dreams and visions, and by the side of my dragon, by the side of my dragon god, Tiamat. And also, yeah, and we are actually one family, and that is what I wanted to see, because I'm just a human. It's not like I desire it, of course not. Of course, I desire it somewhere. It's so difficult, actually. But a lot of people say it's just your desire. It's just, no, I pushed it away so many times, but it's something that I cannot explain. It's my dragon eye. It's so unique, my dragon eye. Something that I cannot explain. My dragons are connected to me. My dragons, your dragons are connected to you. They are here because of you. They are here because they can see a soul, with a dragon soul here on earth. And they are very much connected to it. Because dragons, they can see the dragon fire inside of you. And the dragon's fire is something that every dragon can see. Why are you loving dragons so much? It's because you have a dragon soul. And a heptagram, a pentagram, elven star, a heptagram, elven star, or the 7-pointed star is something that you can use very much. It's not dangerous. It just doesn't seek out for your dragon, but it does seek out for you, your own draconic soul.